Chicago Cubs News Today.
Look, today is Sunday, doubleheader day against the Guardians. But while everyone is focused on the two games coming up, there's a bomb that went off yesterday that changes everything for us. The Cubs placed a player on the injured list, a pitcher who finished second in Rookie of the Year voting last year, and he threw 17 pitches on Friday before leaving with forearm discomfort. Jake Reynolds here knows that when the word forearm comes up with a pitcher, fans have to sound the alarm. Because this isn't just about today. It's about the next few weeks, maybe even months. And with two games scheduled for today, with Cabrera starting the first and Imanaga in the second, Counsell is going to have to juggle that bullpen. Because the guy who was supposed to pitch on Wednesday is no longer available. Because this story is bigger than it seems. We're talking about shaking the backbone of our rotation right at the start of the season. So let's break all of this down right now. So, Easter started off wet in Cleveland. Saturday's game between the Cubs and Guardians was postponed due to the forecast of storms. And now we've got a traditional doubleheader scheduled for today, Sunday. 2 straight games at Progressive Field. And look, this isn't just another postponed game. There's a lot at stake here, especially after Friday's loss. What's interesting is that the Cubs didn't take it lightly. Even with the cancellation confirmed, the team didn't waste the opportunity. Before the rain arrived, they went into the cage for batting practice, did on-field workouts, basically stayed locked in. That shows Craig Counsell is keeping the group active and engaged. You can't afford to lose momentum this early in the season. But there's more weight on this doubleheader. On Friday, the Guardians handled us 4-1 in their home opener. It was one of those frustrating losses. Pitching slipped. The offense didn't show up when it needed to. And now, with 2 games in the same day, the Cubs need to respond. Because dropping both in Cleveland would be a rough way to start this road trip. And then comes the bombshell. Cade Horton was placed on the injured list on Saturday. Yes, the guy who finished second in the National League Rookie of the Year voting last season. He threw just 17 pitches on Friday before leaving with discomfort in his right forearm. Colin Rea came in right after and even said he hopes Horton recognized the issue early and that it's nothing serious. But we all know how this goes. When it's the forearm, it's always a warning sign. Losing Horton shakes up the entire rotation. He's a key piece of this pitching staff, and his next start was scheduled for Wednesday. Now, Craig Counsell is going to have to rely on a bullpen game or completely reshuffle things. And at the last minute, the Cubs called up Riley Martin from AAA Iowa. He has 24 wins in the minors over 6 years of experience, but he's never pitched in the big leagues. This will be his debut, possibly in a crucial doubleheader. Counsell is playing the hand he's been dealt. Starting Edward Cabrera in Game 1 makes sense. He has a 0 ERA this season. But in Game 2, it's Shota Imanaga who comes in with a 7.20 ERA and has already allowed 5 home runs against Cleveland in just 10 innings in his career. Stephen Vogt, the Guardians manager, even said, when Imanaga is on, he's tough to score against. But the question is he on right now? And you, Cubs fan, what are you expecting from this doubleheader? Because the truth is, the Cubs need to win at least one. Leaving Cleveland without a win would hurt. It's early in the season, but every game matters. And when you look at the schedule, having to come back here later because of a postponement would be brutal. I'll be honest. I'm worried about Imanaga. This isn't about doubting him. Not at all. But 5 home runs against Cleveland? That sticks in your head. And in a Game 2 of a doubleheader, already tired after playing a full game, the mental side matters. He needs to establish control early. He can't let Cleveland's offense build confidence. Now think about it. If the Cubs win both games, they flip the series and leave Cleveland with momentum. If they split, at least the trip isn't a loss. But if they drop both, then it gets complicated. That's 3 straight losses to the same team. Morale takes a hit. The rotation is already weakened, and the next series starts under pressure. An Easter doubleheader is never easy, but the Cubs have the roster to respond. Cabrera can hold things down in Game 1. The offense needs to wake up, and if Managa finds his command in Game 2, they can walk out of here in a good spot. It comes down to execution and belief. What do you think? Do the Cubs leave Cleveland with at least one win today? Go Cubs go!